Okay, so we were able to fix something for one of the students, and she was asking, you know, how one of her prefixes was acting up. And I told her, go to the main, go to right here. So you can always do everything right here, because when you're in the job, a lot of times it's just going to do it for that job that one time. It may. And it may not do it in the job. It's kind of hard to explain, but if you're in a job and you do something like that, a control D, it may not implement it into that job. Does that make sense? So you may have to exit that job, get into another job, and now it's going to start doing it. I don't know why it does that. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. But she was asking about a prefix that she was having trouble with, so I said go to Control D, which brings up your steno strokes. So if you know that you're having trouble with something, this is where you can always go. And hers was R-I for the R-Y suffix ending, okay? And she was having trouble with it. Guys, I'm telling you, be careful, and be careful that you're telling me correct. Because if it's R-E, and you're not telling me right, then we just fixed the wrong thing, okay? So on your prefixes and suffixes, you have to be really clear when you're writing them. Because if you push restricted and you push R-I stricted, it's gonna put you were restricted. It's gonna put you worry restricted, W-E-R-E-Y, something crazy like that, because you just attached the suffix to something that should have been a prefix. Do you understand what I'm saying? Be careful with that, okay? With writing your prefixes and suffixes, because that's how you do it. So hers was coming up, what'd you say? River Phoenix or something, I don't know. River, Florida, her R-I. So she was writing, what's an example?
Like dictionary.
Dictionary. So where it was dictionary, R-I, it was coming up diction, River, Florida. Similar? Close? Somebody was drinking, maybe when they put it in, I don't know. So, no big deal. So you come in here, do okay. Well, look what it does. It already shows you how to fix it. Pay attention, guys. When I say pay attention, it actually means pay attention, because I'm fixing to tell you something really important. If you're going to go in and fix these things and you're having the same problems that Katie was having, and you don't do that correct, bracket, caret, RY bracket is going to do something totally different. If you don't put that caret in the right place, now you just made it a prefix instead of a suffix. And if you don't do that bracket, the bracket tells it put it together with the word. Kind of. So if you don't do this bracket, it's going to mess everything up. Okay? So it's very important that you do it this way. Got it? And if you have any questions from here till we finish, bring it to me and we'll figure it out. But once we get to the end, you're going to know all of this stuff, because we're going to cover the brackets. Okay, so you're going to know brackets and how important brackets are with everything, numbers, everything. Okay? Got it? Any questions? Any questions on stuff that we're not covering right now? No, that's a good question though, Katie.
It's like it's trying to tell you something.
No, it was. I mean, you know, and that's important. I mean, especially if where you're at and you're getting that kind of result. Huh?
I thought we was getting ready to go. I'm like, oh, he exited out. We getting ready to go.
We're almost done. We're almost done. Hang in there. I know it's hot. For those of you that aren't here, be glad. But you better show up next week.
Eclipse is famous for intelligent conflict resolution. Let's see how it works. Here, the word table is an untranslate, although it's been intelligently guessed. I'll define it as a conflict. A backslash will separate each conflict choice from the next. I'll also include a command that tells the system that if a number follows, the number should be in numeral form, not written form.
You see what I'm telling you about how important this stuff is? This tells the software to do something totally different. So now, you know where it says, where is your table that follows table 12? Okay, and that's what they're talking about. One, should table be capitalized right here?
No. Why?
Speak up. No. Should it be here?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a specific table. So that's where they're telling you to make a conflict and to make it, and when there's numbers with it, numerals, it tells it to capitalize it. Okay? I'm gonna back it up just a bit.
Oh, pretty cool. So, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's,
So include a command that tells the system that if a number follows, the number should be in numeral form, not written form. This conflict.
you understand what it's telling you there too? So even if you write TWELVE 12, or you wrote it in steno form 12, there's a thing in the software that tells it to bring it up 12. Well, some people don't use their number bar. Is there anybody in here?
I'm trying to learn not to use mine.
You try to use not to?
Yeah.
Good luck. Let me know how that works out. Anywho, you know what? And as long as you learn how to do it, it doesn't matter. As long as you can type out those numbers, it doesn't matter, okay? But even when you wrote it table 12, TWELEFL, if that's how you write 12, then it's not gonna matter because you already told the software, you know what? Whenever it's table and there's a number, regardless of whether it's number or in written form, I always want it in numeral form. Got it?
Got it.
Will go in my main dictionary. This will actually be two conflicts back to back. Your is a conflict that was resolved by the computer. Here, choice 1 is correct. Here you see that you can have different colors to display the conflicts that you yourself have picked, as opposed to those that the computer has picked and those that have yet to be resolved. You also notice that the dictionary.
See what the different the different colors indicate too? So it's telling you what the artificial intelligence has already corrected, what you need to correct, and what still needs to be corrected. Got it?
Indicates that Eclipse Artificial Intelligence has learned one rule for resolving this conflict in the future.
See what that little, it's not AL, it's AI for artificial intelligence. And it'll tell you how many times it's corrected itself. How many times you've used that thing that has corrected itself. Okay? So when it comes up in something like that, you'll know what it is. Got it?
Each time you select a conflict choice, Eclipse can learn from your editing. The more you use it, the smarter it gets. You can always.
The more you use it, the smarter it gets. The more you use it, say it with me. I'm just kidding.
Select a different conflict choice if necessary. The number for each choice is displayed in these.
And see how it gives you options down here also? So when you come on Doctor, you don't have to automatically pick it up over here on the Steno Magic. And it may be on the Steno, on the Steno Magic. But you may just be able to pick it from down here also. Okay? So is it, where's your table that follows table 12 in the book, Doctor? Should it be capped? Yes.
Yes.
Should it be like this? Yes. It's not DR. Okay? So that's what it's giving you. It's giving you the different examples of what it should be.
Status bar at the lower left of your screen. But you can also right-click on a conflict to see its choices and pick the one.
So we've talked about that too. You can right-click on it and it'll give you different choices of what it thinks it should, of what it should be. okay? And then you just pick it from that. You want to delete it, you can even delete it. So there's a lot of different things you can do when you right-click on it too.
That is correct.
Got it?
Got it.
Any questions about that? You know what, guys, I think we're going to stop here. Because we're going to talk about colors next week and changing colors, and we may need to go into that. I wouldn't suggest you do it, but I mean, it's going to go in depth of how you can and if you want to. All right? Y'all have any questions about what we covered tonight? Guys, I can't stress to you enough about how important it is to come to class, okay? Because you're going to have stuff that doesn't work, does work, blah, blah, blah. You're just going to be ahead of the curve if you show up to class, okay? So I would suggest, you know, you kind of come to class as much as you can. If there's stuff going on that you can't, it's not that big of a deal. Make sure that you're watching the videos. If you're having problems, text me, email me, call me, whatever. If you don't email me, call me, or text me, I'm going to assume that you're just getting it. So I'm talking to the guys more that are taking the online class. So don't come to the end and say, hey, how do we do that? And it's exam day. That ain't going to be good, okay? So if you're having problems now, call me, let me know. If not, then I'm just going to assume that you're getting it and it's working on your computer. Got it? All right. See y'all next week. See y'all Wednesday.